What's going on, everyone? Michael Wolverine here with my February 2022 pickups. So not a ton of stuff, but there's some cool things that I wanted to talk about and show you guys that I got this month. And so here's my video. All right, so the first game I picked up was for the N64. I only got one N64 game this month. That's NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC. So this is kind of like a an NBA Jam game, but it's like a more upgraded version of it. Like if you've played those Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey games, this is more similar to that, but basketball obviously. So it's a lot of fun. If you guys are into the NBA Jam series and looking for an arcade kind of sports game, a good one to play on the console, this is definitely one I would recommend. It's a midway game, so it's again similar to the NFL Blitz series as well. So yeah, definitely recommend this. It's a pretty cheap game to pick up. So if you guys see it out there, definitely worth picking up. All right, so the next one, I got a copy of Ninja Gaiden for the original Xbox. This one is complete. I got this at Half Price Books. I was there actually trading in some things and just, or trying to trade in some things, but didn't get a whole lot of credit for it, so I just ended up keeping the games I was going to trade in, but wasn't a completely waste of time because I did find this there, and I picked it up. Pretty fun game. This is kind of when they rebooted the series on the original Xbox. Very difficult. I can't even get past the first boss. So yeah, it's just been pretty tough, but it's a lot of fun. I think there's a few other sequels for the original Xbox as well, so I may pick those up if I see them. All right, so I got one PS2 game. That is SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. This one's also complete. I got this one at my local game shop. Not GameStop, my local game shop that sells like retro stuff. So I saw that on Facebook they had a trade-in of this game, and I'd been looking for it, so I really wanted to pick this one up. If you guys haven't played this game, I would probably say that this is the best wrestling game that's not on the N64. All the SmackDown games, those early SmackDown games that they had are a lot of fun. They're a lot different than the like No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 and Revenge, but they are fun in their own way. This one, I think what sets it apart is the season mode. So the season mode it's not really a linear season. It's kind of depends on the wrestler you pick and just the different, like how you progress or how you do in the matches. So if you lose matches or you win a lot of matches, the story will change based on that. And so for example, if you pick if you make a created wrestler and you put them in the season mode, you'll start out on like Heat and Velocity, depending on if you're on Raw or SmackDown, and you'll kind of work your way up to, wrestling for the championship. But if you pick like Brock Lesnar, for example, you're pretty much going to be fighting for the title right away. And so it's a completely different experience each time. So there's a lot of replay value, and the stories are kind of unique to the different wrestlers and things like that. So there's a lot of unlockables and secret wrestlers and stuff. So it's a really fun wrestling game. If you guys have a chance to play it or pick it up, it's definitely worth it to me. Any of the SmackDown games on the PS2 are great, and the ones on the PlayStation aren't too bad either. But this one, to me, is probably the best one to pick up, and I'm glad I was able to get it. All right, so the rest of the games are all NES. So what's pretty cool about the NES for me is I don't have a lot of the like heavy hitter games. So I'm still kind of working to pick those up. And so I got a decent amount of them. I think there's 5 games in total, but all of them are pretty popular games for the consoles. So I'm really enjoying collecting for it and trying to, looking forward to getting more. So the first one, I think the first 3 games are all from my local game shop. So same place I got the SmackDown game. So the first one I picked up was Super Mario Duck Hunt, the combo cart. This one is in really nice shape. The label is like flawless. There's no tears on the top. The back is really nice. And I mean, what can I say? It's Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. Classic Mario game. And Duck Hunt, I don't have a light gun yet. I need to find one, but I am in the market now that I have Duck Hunt. Definitely looking forward to playing it, but really just picked this up for Mario just because, Super Mario Bros. And yeah, glad to add that one. The next one I got was Contra. So Contra, obviously, again, classic game. This one has a little bit of tear right there, but the top label is okay. The cart was a little dirty, but I was able to clean it up a little bit. But I really wanted to get Contra. This is, be honest, I never actually played a Contra game until I picked this up, and I'm not very good at it, to tell you the truth. So for me, I definitely need that 30 lives code, and I have to get used to that puny little machine gun you start out with, because every time I get a better weapon, I die immediately. So I struggle. Maybe it's a little easier with a second player, but I suck at it. But it is a lot of fun nonetheless. And thankfully, that 30 lives code does make it possible to complete the game. But yeah, Contra, great run and gun shooter on the original Nintendo. All right, so the next one we got is DuckTales for the NES. This one also had a little bit of a tear in the corner, not as bad as the Contra game. And it was a little scuffed up, but most of them were kind of I don't know, surface kind of marks. So I was able to get most of it off, or at least fade it. So I cleaned it up pretty well. Top of the label's fine. Back is fine as well. Not too bad. So, this game is, obviously it's a Capcom Disney game from the NES. There's a bunch of those, and they also made some on the Super Nintendo. And they were, a lot of fun. This is kind of back in the days when licensed games were actually really good games. I think as we've gone on, they've kind of gotten less and less quality. But yeah, DuckTales is, obviously it's a show from back in the day. And so this game, it's Capcom made, so it's similar to like Mega Man in that you can select different levels to play. So you don't have to progress through the first level, the second level, third level. There's I think 5 to choose from, and so you pick which one you want to do, and then I'm assuming you have to complete them all to complete the game, and then maybe there's a last level that you get once you beat all 6 or 5 or whatever there is. But it's kind of cool because, you don't have to go and play the same level every time. And I can see why they remade this game. It's a fun little platformer, and definitely worth picking up, especially because it's not very expensive. All right, so the last two I actually got on eBay. So the first one is Castlevania. So this one, front label was really nice, top label was really nice. It's just a little bit of damage on the back, but nothing major. I mean, the back label I'm not too concerned about most of the time because you can switch out the backs. But again, I never really played a Castlevania game back then, and so I was really looking forward to getting this one on the NES just because I think it's a great game, and I can see why it is because it's just amazing. It's fun, and it's very forgiving with the continues. I actually think you don't have a set number of continues. It's kind of just you can continue to replay the level until you beat it or give up. And honestly, you probably will give up most of the time because they are just get brutal as you go along. And but yeah, Castlevania, a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to pop this one in when it gets kind of more into the October, that fall time of year. But glad to have this one. I got this one on eBay for about what it goes for, and it's not very expensive. I think $25. So I didn't see it at my local game shop. That's why I went and got it on eBay, just because I was wanted to play it, wanted to have it add it to my collection. So Castlevania. All right, and the last one we got is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So I actually have a really kind of funny, cool story about how I got this one. So it was an eBay purchase, but it was a little bit different. So a couple weeks ago, I was actually out picking up some dinner. I think I was at Five Guys, getting a couple burgers for my wife and I for dinner. And I was waiting for our burgers to cook. And I was sitting there on my phone, scrolling through the eBay app. And I've been searching for a lot of NES games on eBay, so they suggested a bunch to me. And when I was going through the list of NES games that was in that section, this one jumped out at me. Not so much because of the game itself, it was really the price. So I'd been looking for this game at eBay just to see kind of how it goes, how much it's worth and how much it sells for usually. And, it varies, but I'd say it's around like $35 to maybe $45, give or take, condition and stuff like that. But what jumped out at me about this one was the price. The person who had this listed had it listed for $14.99 with $6 shipping. And I was just in shock. I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way this game is priced like that. So I looked at it, and I thought, okay, maybe it's an auction. Maybe it's a starting price. Nope, it's a buy now price, $14.99, $6 shipping. So I still couldn't believe it, right? And so I look, and the cart was dirty. That was what the seller said. And there's only 2 pictures of it. And I thought, well, is it real? Like, why is it so cheap? And then I got to thinking, well, obviously, if you're going to fake a game, you're not going to sell it for half the price. You're going to try to get, you're going to have it priced at what it sells for, and it's going to be in flawless condition, right? So I was like, okay, it has to be real. And even if it's not, $20 or so with shipping, it's worth it to me. So I was thinking about it, all this stuff through my head, and I was like, I got to buy this right now, because if I don't buy this, it's going to get bought like that, because it's way underpriced. And it's not in the best shape, but still, it's to me, it's worth it just to have it. So I bought it. I got it. Obviously, it was dirty. You can see there's a little bit of like dirt on the top. The top label is a little torn right here. And then the back was a little more dirty. I was able to clean it up. Take a magic eraser and some rubbing alcohol and even a little bit of water. It comes right off. So definitely don't get discouraged by dirty games. As long as the label is in good shape, that's the part that you can't really do anything about. And I didn't know that the top label was a little kind of torn right there, but again, I wasn't too worried about it, because this is getting the game for about half the price that it goes for. I think you're gonna have to take a little bit of that, but overall, it works. It's in the front label's nice shape, and the cartridge will clean up. So it was definitely worth it to me. That's the thing about collecting, is sometimes when you start out, you get discouraged because everything's so expensive, and everything, you want so much, but you can't afford it all at one time. So, but you just got to have patience, and sometimes just get lucky. And honestly, I haven't gotten lucky like this very often, but it is those small victories, I guess, when you're collecting, where it does make it, fun. And sometimes you'll see those things. And, I've heard some of your guys' stories where you find these games for super cheap, even online. It's like, I'm like, man, I wish I could find one. And I guess finally this one just happened to come my way. So happy to get this one. I love this game. It's a lot of fun. I never played it because the NES was a console I didn't really grow up with. So I'm really happy to have it. And this is a great game. Well, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about my February 22 pickups, and I'll talk to you guys later.